So here, if you paid attention last Thursday, President Trump announced that the trade deal with Communist China basically was finally signed. Particularly, they reached an agreement with the CCP regarding rare earths. We know rare earths is a chokehold that the CCP has on not only America, but also European countries and, any other countries that rely on the industry basis, like a military or semiconductor or any high-tech industry manufacturing that must have magnets, the rare earth magnets. So, yeah,
I just wanted to say it's critical for manufacturing and microchip production, and so this agreement with U.S. Secretary Scott Bessent, and I think it was Friday, that the Chinese had agreed to make it easier, and again, words, not actions, so we'll see what that means, for American firms to acquire Chinese magnets and rare earth minerals, like you said. So just go ahead. You're 100%.
Yes. So and as you mentioned, Mr. Bessent confirmed that. However, you really need to pay attention to what the CCP has been doing. Okay, yes. Why they agree to you say, yeah, I will make it easier. I will make sure you have, the supply of the rare earths. But inside China, a very strange thing happened. First of all, the state media of the CCP has not mentioned anything. They have been staying quietly about the deal signed. Okay, this is very strange behavior. If you have achieved a deal with the world number one superpower, okay, and say, yeah, we're going to be friends, you're going to be happy. You're going to announce that on TV, right? Especially your state media. You want people to know. But they don't want people to know. Okay, that's already a big flag. But the second thing, if you look at what they have been doing, since the Geneva talks, about what they've even preparing, even prior to the Geneva talks, is there's a Wall Street Journal article, and the title is China is tracking down its rare earth experts and taking away passports. And the little small font underneath the title, it says, Beijing asks companies for list of specialists to keep tabs on them. If you read this into this article was published on June 25th, which is about like a week ago. Right?
Exactly.
So if you look into it, there is an order coming directly from the Ministry of Commerce inside the Communist China, the CCP.
Yes.
They have very quietly, they didn't even mention anything. Internally, they have ordered rare earth companies to submit detailed personnel lists, and including employee expertise, research backgrounds. So they basically putting a information profile for anyone that working in this industry, and they start monitoring everyone closely, and even private personal information. Okay, so. And meantime, if you paid attention, this is actually available online when they had the Geneva talk and then the London talk, and then the last Thursday they signed. One thing that the CCP repeatedly mentioned is, yes, we're going to make it easy for you to get our rare earths, but we're going to review every 6 months. Okay, we're going to review and then make a decision every 6 months whether we want to continue to supply you with the rare earths or not. So by doing that, they maintain their chokehold at least every 6 months. Not mentioning whether they would honor, in between those 6 months' time or not. But what they've done is they have been intimidating people working inside those Chinese rare earth companies, and they demanding on their government supply lists, and everybody is under watch. So it tells you that the Ministry of Commerce has secretly, quietly ordered this. What you can guess what they want to do. What do they want to do? Do they really want to cooperate with the United States? Do you think this is a behavior of a regime that wanted to do business with the United States?
I agree with you. And Jeff Moon, who is a trade official, he was a trade official in the Obama administration and runs China Moon Strategies, wondered why Trump hadn't disclosed details of the agreement 2 days after it had been reached. And he said, this is his quote, "Silence regarding the terms suggests that there is a less substance to the deal than Trump administration implies." He had served as a diplomat in China, and he's underlining or echoing what you're saying, Ava, because again, there's a framework, but it doesn't appear as though they've got the house built yet. And that makes sense that the CCP would want it on short terms. It's another way of slow walking it, right? It's another way of not really committing to the deal, but saying that you're getting along. Because one of the things we did is lift certain tariffs and certain restrictions that we had put on the CCP when they agreed to do this. So they kind of got what they wanted. We're going to have to see if we get what we're hoping to get.
And not only on that, they also basically confiscated Chinese, those so-called rare earth experts in production, in equipment design, in equipment development, kind of a Chinese scientists. They confiscated their passport. They don't allow those people. Basically, they're in a jail, and the jail is called Communist China. And the jail guide is the state security apparatus and police forces. Okay, so that's the reality. So these people under constant watch, and every single one of them.
It's like they're on house arrest, is what you're saying.
Exactly. There's no difference. There's no difference. They are on house arrest. The CCP could crush you and your loved one in a second if they so choose to do so. Okay?
Yes.
Meantime, they're telling the external world, say, oh, yeah, Chinese people love the CCP. This is nationalism. This is patriotism. No, because people don't understand how people live inside communist China. This is intimidation and blackmail and extortion. And CCP has done it for 75 years. And if you don't listen to me, then you're gone. You're killed. That's how simple it is. So this tells me, because yesterday, I think it was just a recent couple of days, I don't know exactly when, but the U.S. just announced that it will be the first rare earth mine started in California, right? So for the very first time, after the Trump's executive order, now you actually starting your own mining in the United States.